What's going on YouTube? You know who it is, and if you're brand new to the channel, my name's Rick, aka Hotjukes. I'm a professional mobile gamer, and I'm pissed. I'm so sick and tired of going and spending thousands of dollars on brand new devices that everybody told me was going to be great for mobile gaming, and turns out there's always something wrong with it. Guess what? It's got massive overheating issues. I can't stream on it. I try to record in game, but then for some reason the audio doesn't work. I am done. I wish that there was somebody that would just create a channel that would just tell the truth. No matter what. I don't care, brand deals, nothing. They would say exactly what they hated about it, every little problem that they found. The total uncut truth. And if you guys are over there looking at me and being like, well, Jukes, why don't you just create something like that? There's just no way. I don't have a budget for something like that. Oh, shit. That's right, guys, I did it. I created a brand new YouTube channel called Mobile Uncut. It's a channel dedicated for mobile gamers that's going to be doing product reviews, tutorials, that's right, showing you guys how to stream from start to finish, answer most of the main questions that I get on a daily basis, as well as have the information that I would have dreamed to have had when I started out on this mobile gaming journey. So I'm telling you, if you're even slightly into mobile games, click the link in the description, tell your friends, and smash that subscribe button, because I'm telling you, we're going to need it, baby, because I am not going to be holding any punches when it comes to these product reviews. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I think, as well as collaborating with some of the best mobile players in the world to make sure that I am giving you guys the best information that I possibly can. First, I want to introduce you guys to the Mobile Uncut ranking system. That's right, after my full in-depth review of device, I'm going to be assigning it a Mobile Uncut score. And it's designed to rank these devices in two categories: gaming and everyday use. I did this for two different reasons. One, I want it to be simple for somebody to just go to it and decide what device is going to fit their needs best. And second, to hold myself and these companies accountable. I want the score to be able to set the standard for companies to be able to tell whether their device is great for mobile gaming or if it isn't. And if it isn't, I want to be able to shed some light on where they can improve. Guess what? Our screen isn't all that yet. Or we don't have a headphone jack in it. We need that. Or guess what? We made a great device, but for some reason it isn't optimized for the game yet. So hopefully that'll create some urgency among the two so they can actually get that resolved. And if I do this right, you guys will be able to easily tell of whether I'm being biased or not. And that's why I did it. So let me show you how we set this up. The total Mobile Uncut score, again, is achieved in two different categories: gaming and everyday use. I think that a great device should be able to do both. I want to be able to bust out one phone, take great pictures on it, multitask, email, as well as be able to bust it out and play a game at the highest level possible. The gaming total is made up in 5 different categories ranked 0 through 10. The first one being screen. Having a beautiful display that's responsive and a high refresh rate is huge for mobile gaming. Now, notches and curved displays do make it annoying for certain different players, so that will affect your score accordingly. The second one being audio. Now, in my research, a headphone jack is just an absolute must-have. Bluetooth devices are going to have a little bit of input lag, so if you're playing a game like PUBG Mobile, you're going to hear footsteps a little bit later than anybody else using a wired headset. Now, a lot of you people are going to be looking at me and like, hey, well, why don't you just use an adapter? Well, number one, some devices you have to go buy that separately. And second, the ones that do come with it, you're not able to even charge the phone while you're using a headset. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people while I'm playing with them. They say, oh, sorry, I have to get off. You know, I have to charge my phone. Come on. Plus, not being able to use the expensive gaming headset you bought because it doesn't have one is just absolutely ridiculous. So I can't, in my right mind, give any device that does not have a headphone jack or a comparable solution to it above a 5. The third category being heat prevention. Being able to keep the phone cool while playing for extended periods of time is absolutely imperative. Trust me, some devices get a little bit warm in the hands compared to others. I'm going to tell you right now, iPhones are going to get an extremely low score here because of the fact that they have a feature when it gets a little too warm, the screen will actually dim to the point to where you can't even see anybody on there. Having this happen during a multi-million-dollar tournament, absolutely inexcusable. Trust me, some players have to have a fan right next to it when they play. I even know some that attach ice packs to it. Ridiculous, and that is why it is category number 3 in the score. The fourth category being game optimization. This is probably one of the most crucial scores compared to all the others, because if this one is at a 0, none of the others matter. Now, currently, this category is going to be rated purely for the game PUBG Mobile. It's the biggest mobile title out there right now. You guys know that I know it really well. I talk to pros on a daily basis for it. And trust me, it's a game where game optimization really, really matters. In my research, I've even found that iOS devices have way less recoil than Android. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's something that I hope can actually get fixed. And I've even gone as far to find out that certain iPhones have better recoil than the other. It's absolutely crazy. So that is something I'm going to be going into full on depth on my channel. And trust me, guys, if I get the support and demand, I definitely have huge plans to be able to expand to other games in the future. And the fifth and final category of the gaming total is going to be none other than the pro factor. That's right. How does this device work if you're looking to use it at the most elite level? Are a lot of pros even using it right now? Does it work well for tournaments? Does it work well for streaming? These are all the questions that I'm going to be asking, and I'm going to explain why I give it a certain score according to each and every device. Now we get into the daily life ranking. This one's super simple. It's made up of 5 categories to see how well this device stacks up if you're looking to use it as your daily driver. Now I'm going to rank these off pretty quickly because they're self-explanatory, right? The first one is camera. You obviously want a really good camera on your mobile device. Well, the second being battery life, no surprise there. Number 3 is features. Does it have certain features that really separate apart from others? This is where like Face ID, front-facing speakers, little things like that are going to go into this category. Now, the fourth category is the cool factor, baby. That's right. How cool are you to be able to have that device? Believe it or not, I think that this is an absolute valid category. I know a whole bunch of people that buy the latest device without even looking at the specs, just so that they can say that they have it. Now, for now, there's only one device that can get a 10 out of 10 in this category, and that is none other than whatever the latest iPhone device is. It's a device revered by celebrities and every Starbucks sipping Instagram model that the eye can see. Oh, your texts are green? Now, I ain't gonna lie, I have a feeling that this may change. I've seen more people complaining about their iPhones than ever before. That's right, I see it all over Twitter, I see it on YouTube when I'm talking to people. It hasn't been like this since back when the iPhone was conceptualized back in the 3G days. So guys, I'm going to tell you right now, Apple, you are on thin ice. Get it together. And the fifth and final category being value. That's right. Does the price match up with what you're getting? In the generation of the $1,000 phone, I think this is absolutely important to have. All right, now that you know how the mobile Uncut scoring system works, why don't we go ahead and see how the OnePlus 7T stacked up to it. So let's hop in the lab. I'll tell you a little bit about it and what I found, and I will assign it a score. All right, everybody, welcome to the Mobile Uncut official testing lab. So I'm going to go ahead and run through this TDM really quick so you can see for yourself what some gameplay on the OnePlus 7T looks like. I want you to gain your own opinion, so I'm going to let you guys watch this, and then afterwards, I'll tell you my thoughts on it.
Cover me! Enemy down! Reloading! No mercy! Reloading! Expired! Enemy down! Target down! Cover me! Reloading! No mercy! Cover me! Reloading! Target down! Kill! Reloading! Blue team victory!
All right, guys, now that you've seen a little bit of gameplay, I'm just going to get straight to it and tell you what I think about this OnePlus 7T. And that is, it's the best device that you can really get out there for the money right now. When I heard this thing was selling for $600, I'm sorry, not 600, $599, I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Now, having said that, let's go ahead and jump into the scoring system so you can see why I said that. So let's get started with the gaming ranking on this bad boy, and we're going to start off with the first category, and that is the screen. And this thing's going to get a 9 out of 10. I'm going to tell you right now, the AMOLED display on this thing is absolutely gorgeous, and it's at 90 hertz refresh rate. Please, 90 hertz refresh all the screens. Unfortunately, PUBG Mobile does not have optimization yet to support it, so you're not able to even get that full 90 hertz refresh rate when you play PUBG Mobile. But I'm going to tell you, I can already tell the difference, and once that happens, it's going to be an absolute game changer. I love the fact that it's completely flat. It has a little bit of a notch there, and I feel that, you know, if it was a little bit bigger, it could be one of the best displays out there. So for now, it gets a 9 out of 10. All right, so for the second category, which is audio, this guy's going to get a little bit of a spanking right now, I'm telling you, because it doesn't have a headphone jack, which is a major bummer for me when it comes to Android phones, because as a streamer, I would be able to use in-game chat if I had one. Now, and it's even worse for your everyday user. So unfortunately, right, that it's automatically going to get a 5 out of 10. Now, on top of that, this thing has Dolby Atmos, which is great when you're watching media and everything. When it comes to gaming, though, I want to be able to either tweak it or turn it off, because Dolby Atmos tends to make the sound a little bit more full in your ears, and it's hard for me to differentiate footsteps with it on. Now, in most devices, you're able to turn something like that off. Unfortunately, in this one, you're not able to do that just yet. But I have a big feeling that with a simple software update, something like that is going to be able to get fixed. And this is a pre-release version. So for now, it's going to get a 4 out of 10, and I will change it accordingly once that is changed. Now for the third category, which is heat prevention. This guy is going to get a 7 out of 10 because while playing on this thing for extended times, it does get quite warm. I definitely want to take a case off on it. It doesn't affect the game when I'm playing on it, case or not, but still, just for me and the way I like to use devices, I feel like it gets a little bit too warm for comfort. So for now, it's going to get a 7 out of 10. Not a major deal, but still. All right, guys, now for the fourth category, which is game optimization. I'm going to tell you right now, Androids in general are going to have a tough time here, because in my research, I have found that iOS devices are just much more optimized for PUBG Mobile, to the point to where they have less recoil, which is insane to me, and they are much more synced to the point to where if an iPhone player peeks a corner and an Android player peek at the same time, that iPhone player is going to see them before the Android player even sees them, which is insane. I will love to hopefully get this figured out to the point to where if it's on the phone provider side or if it's on the game side, to get this even across the board. Now, I know it's harder because Android devices, there's a lot more of them than when it comes to iPhones. But at the end of the day, because this is an Android device, and, you know, like I said, it has a 90 hertz refresh rate, but it isn't optimized for it yet, this thing's going to get a 6 out of 10. All right, guys, now for the last category, which is the Pro Factor. I've given the OnePlus 7T a 9 out of 10, and I've done that for 3 reasons. Number one, it's got a screen recorder that will actually record the game and in-game sound on an Android device, which is huge, because every other Android device I've tested doesn't allow you to record any internal sound, period. This is a big difference and a huge game changer. That alone, I have a feeling, is going to sell a lot of these devices. Number two, it's got a really, really awesome gaming mode and Fanatic mode. I click the Fanatic mode, it puts my phone into an advanced do not disturb, so it makes sure nothing pops up while I'm gaming. While as a streamer, that's huge, because the last thing you want to do is dox yourself or dox anybody, right? And I'm telling you, it also increases the network speed and CPU to be optimized for the game. Now, I personally haven't done advanced testing to see if it actually makes a difference, but for me, the advanced do not disturb sells it for me. And last but not least, right now, in the biggest tournament right now, the Club Open, there has been a glitch in-game with iOS devices losing sound completely at the end of the tournament. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is huge, because when you have no sound and an Android player has all the sound, that is a game-changing advantage. It's so bad to the point to where I've had players offer me money just to let them borrow this device while they're playing in this tournament. I'm telling you, it's a big deal, so this boy gets a 9 out of 10. So with that, that's going to give the OnePlus 7T a total gaming score of 35 out of 50. So now we move on to the daily life ranking, where the first category is the camera. And I'm going to tell you right now, this happens to have the best camera I've used of any phone. Now, I'm not going to pretend and say that I am an average camera user. I am not a professional by any means necessary. I don't know how to go and tweak it and use it to its fullest advantage. But for me, pointing and shooting, it's come out the best. It's able to record video in 4K, and I was able to actually get some really great footage from it. Now, the front camera isn't as good as maybe some of the iPhones I've used, and after doing some research and watching other reviewers that I trust that really focus on cameras, I decided to give this a score of 8 out of 10. So now for the second category, which is battery life. I'm gonna tell you right now, the OnePlus 7T doesn't hold a charge all day long for me. The only device that does is none. There's no device I've ever used that will actually hold a charge all day long. I'm a heavy phone user, I'm a gamer, it just doesn't happen. So having said that, I've given the OnePlus 7T a 10 out of 10 when it comes to battery life. And you want to know why? It's because of the warp charging feature this device has. It charges 70% in 30 minutes. It's absolutely mind-blowing when you see it in person, because I tell you what, I was at TwitchCon. You know, having this phone on all day for an event like that is super important. So guess what? I had it on all morning, got there around 8 a.m. By the time it came around 5 p.m., I had this phone around 22%. I got back to the hotel room just to change to get ready to go back out for the night. Well, while I was changing and getting ready, I put it right on the charger in the beginning. If I didn't pull this phone off, and it had almost 90% charge. It's insane. I'm going to tell you right now, just because of this, I cannot go to any other device. I'm telling you that. It is that insane. It's something you guys definitely have to check out for yourself. Now for the third category, which is features. This device has a whole bunch of them that I really, really like. Again, like I said earlier, the screen recorder on here is a game changer when it comes to Android devices. I like the fact that it has a fingerprint scanner that goes through the glass that is super, super quick, super fast, and it works great. The warp charging is a great feature on it. It's got a front-facing speaker on the front of it that I really, really enjoy. It's overall just a really, really solid device. Now, this is one of the first devices that actually has Android 10 in it. Now, Android 10 has a really cool gestures feature, which makes you able to kind of go back and navigate a lot faster than any other thing out there. I absolutely loved it when I had it on. The issue is I had to turn it off because when you're trying to play PUBG Mobile, anytime you would swipe your screen in any direction, it would try to bring down your notification bar, which was an absolute no-go for me. I really wish that OnePlus was able to like enable in their Fanatic mode a way to disable it while you're playing and then it work as soon as you're able to get out. But for now, I decided to give this phone a score of 8 out of 10 in the feature section. So now for the fourth category, which is cool factor. I've given the OnePlus 7T an 8 out of 10. And the main reason for that, it goes back to the battery charger. I kid you not. Every time I was out with some friends and all of our phones were low, I'm like, hey, let me just charge it up real quick. We all would start charging our devices, and I'd pick mine up and I'd be like, mine's at 100. And trust me, all the iPhone users are looking at me like, the heck? So with that, and you know, it being able to take such great pictures and photos right off of the phone, I mean, it's pretty dang cool, okay? Gets an 8 out of 10. And now for the last category of the day, which is value. The OnePlus 7T, no shot, gets a 10 out of 10. For $599, are you freaking kidding me? Everything that you get with this phone, from the display, the camera, the charging, all the features, it just ticks all the boxes. The only thing, again, that is a detractor for me is the fact that it doesn't have a headphone jack. For some of you guys, that might be a big deal. But still, I'm telling you, for $599, you can get over it pretty quickly. So if you're looking to pick one of these up, you're in luck because they just started going on sale here in the US starting today. That's right, October 18th at your local T-Mobile retail location. Trust me when I say I would never recommend a device if I didn't think it was a great buy. And trust me, for $600, it's a no-brainer. And if you don't believe me, go check it out for yourself. Trust me, this thing, it charges so fast, you know, it's so good. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I want to really thank you for stopping by and showing your support. And please, if you have any suggestions, comment down below. I'm gonna read every single one of them. I want to make sure that I do this right for all mobile gamers out there. So guys, thank you guys so much again, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Hotjukes signing out, baby. Let's go.